As the daughter of an immigrant, it is imperative that black people from other places understand the disparate difference that they exist from black people in the United States. It is not the same, period.
You. It's your boy Dizzy De Niro, your boy Flying J Jack, with another episode of the Real Lab Podcast.
I didn't do that.
Bro, have you seen our comments on our page? I did not expect the clip to go the way it is. It's doing crazy numbers, bro. But the point of today's episode, bro, obviously last week we did address the Tyla situation, which again, it's music. I didn't think it was going to get that deep the way that it is, but there's been a lot of backlash on just why people think, you know, things didn't work out for her. But more than that, bro, I didn't expect to see what I saw in the comments, bro. It seemed like there's like this hateful tension right now, bro, between like Black Americans or just Americans in general and just Africans. And I didn't want that when I posted up that clip, bro. So how do you feel seeing that, bro? Like, it's crazy because, yeah, we're getting all the, you know, views and all of the likes, but I don't like what I'm seeing. I didn't think that clip would even create that type of energy, bro.
Yeah, no, I mean, I personally have always felt, I mean, this is outside talking in, that there's always been a tension, maybe that you don't realize, but obviously the comments proved it right. And this is me looking out, looking in. Just a difference in understanding different cultures. Yes, you guys may have the same complexion, but it's still different, two different cultures.
Okay, I'm with you 100%. So that's the whole premise of today's episode. Definitely want to dive deep in that. But let's get into the guest. Returning the guy to my, I guess, left, y'all right. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Let people know where you're from too, bro. Because I mean, you and the other guests being from, you know, Africa, I think it plays a really big importance on today's episode. So let me know where you're from, bro, who you are, and welcome back, bro.
Yo. Here we go again. What's up, guys? Yeah. Man, I'm back.
Name?
After 2 years, man. Then I'm back again. My name is Hatungimana Didier, where I was born in East Africa in a small country called Burundi, but I grew up in Tanzania. Mm-hmm. And I'm here, man. Can't complain. I'm here.
Welcome back, bro. Welcome back.
Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, and then our other guest, let people know where you're from. This is Johnny's wife, right? Let people know where you're from. And yeah, I guess where they can find you.
No, not where they can find you.
Can't find me anywhere.
In the house.
Hi, I'm Iman. I'm Johnny's wife. I was born in North Africa, specifically Algeria, and I grew up in California.
All right, dog. Well, real quick,
before we get into it, I feel like you need to do this. Please, can you address the whole Tyla situation in the comments first, and then we can get into it, because I feel like a lot of people kind of attack you directly, and I think you just need to clear up the air with that first.
Nah, I wouldn't even just say people attack me. Somebody did call me though, and I was like, what the hell going on? Like, what else? But nah, listen, I think the whole agenda was, obviously, bro, we were just speaking about it, natural reaction, right?
Right.
I didn't expect this whole color term to be going the way it is. So that was never my agenda to even shoot her down. That was just me. That's just really just how I felt as a fan. Like, I could see why that she didn't make it. Now, seeing the other people, and that's what's crazy, where you see comments where people can make a snowball effect. One person say one thing, you like, I never said that.
Yeah.
I never said that. But then I did find myself at times, like, people saying something. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Y'all kind of coming hard at, like going hard at us, whatever. So I was very respectful, and I made sure to not like take stuff too personal, because obviously we know what we're doing.
Right.
But yeah, that was the whole agenda. But I did want to ask Hatu, and I want to ask you mine, but I'll go first, Hatu. Hatu, bro, obviously you know what happened with the whole Tyla thing, and she didn't really want to answer the question to Charlemagne. There's been a lot of comments. I've seen people say things like, she should have just answered it, or she should have took that moment to just answer it, you know what I'm saying, just to avoid this. But how did you feel, obviously you being, from Africa, bro? How do you think Tyla handled that situation when it came to her being asked about her identity and she kind of like refusing not to answer it? How did you feel? Did you feel, how did you feel as a fan?
I mean, if I was her, of course, like I always say, you have to stand on what you say.
Okay.
If I said it, and then they press me to, explain what it is.
Yeah.
If I was her, I would explain.
Yeah.
I would talk and be like, hey, the reason why I say this and that is, is because this and that.
Yeah.
I would let them know. But I kind of was a little upset too. I'm like, why she didn't want to talk about it? Like,
You as
come on,
African,
man.
you
Like,
felt
like me as an African, I'm like, let him know. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
And so
stand on what you say.
So when you say let them know, because I kind of learned a little bit in the comments too, and I didn't know this. I know the struggles that not just only with like African go through, but just minorities in general. But colored is a different word and meaning in Africa, from my understanding, as what I'm understanding, right?
I mean, you don't hear that over there, anyways.
You don't hear that word colored?
Well,
we don't be out there calling people like that. We all black, bro.
South Africa, though, it's different because they have.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from East Africa, so maybe other places they do that.
They
but
do that, and
the
she's
way I
from
grew up,
South Africa.
Yeah, but the way I grew up, I never really heard people going around talking about this color. I mean, we all black over there. You know what I'm saying?
So then y'all do use the term black over there.
Nah, bro, it's like
or is it more like tribes type of stuff?
It's a tribe, and again, it's like the color didn't even exist until we saw white people. Now we're like, there's other people that look different over here. You know what I'm saying? That's my point.
So in the comments, that's the thing, is that a lot of people are saying like, oh, that's how we address, that's how we talk over here. So you guys like African Americans, you guys shouldn't be getting offended by the word saying the colored, but. People gotta understand too, from my understanding, that colored, calling someone colored, even if someone called me colored, still like, I get, I'm not gonna do anything, but like, I get like,
you'll be like, what?
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it does have a derogatory term behind it and negative connotation behind it. So that's where I feel like the divide is at. But Daniel, maybe you can clear up a little bit more.
No, I mean, I was actually gonna go right to Iman about that. Is there colorism in Mexican culture?
Oh, for sure. So the colorism is obviously the darker your skin, the more poor you are. But that has to do with the indigenism inside Mexico. So like obviously the more poorer people are the indigenous people, but the more indigenous people are the darker skinned people.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We have blonde hair, blue eye Mexicans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it is, and those are the richer people. That's how it is.
So the skin tone, the skin tone you're saying kind of not 100%, but it kind of plays into like a status of like, oh, there might be kind of like being black, being like light skinned, where people think light skinned people got it easier and all that stuff.
Oh, for sure, bro. Like you go to the tribe, the villages and everything, they're gonna see darker Mexicans. But you go to the gated communities, they're gonna see some what looks like white Americans, kind of.
All right, hold on.
European Americans.
All right, so then Iman, you being from Algeria, obviously. At first, like you wouldn't, assume that, that you were from Africa. But do you feel like what they're saying? Do you feel like that for you that kind of played a role where, like when you were coming up, did you feel like how were you treated? Do you feel like you were treated differently than the darker toned people, or was just like all the same, or not really?
Well, as a person who's white passing, I definitely think I have greater privileges in society because I look white, and so I think with Tyla in South Africa, they have those terms, right? Colored, black. But I think it's the fact how she really jumped to defend herself and been like, no, don't call me black. I'm colored. And it's kind of rooted in that, like, why are you defending yourself? Like, that's rooted in anti-blackness. Yeah. So, like, at the end of the day, it's like everyone has a responsibility to do this, but especially Tyla, because she's very influential. Yeah. You have to realize that doing that is based on being anti-blackness at the end of the day, and like you have to be like, you know what, I need to overcome it. Even though I was raised to talk like that, even though I like grew up like doing that, it's still, you shouldn't normalize it to your audience. You know what I mean?
I got you, dog. What's your dog?
Like, what's the problem with like being darker skinned though? Like that's always like I've grown up I've always grown up more around, darker melanin people, whether they're Mexican, Indian, blacks, whatever. And I've never understand the hate towards, darker skinned people to this day, bro. Like I can see why people, they have their own personal reasons, but as a group and as a stereotype, it's just crazy. It's just like, what is the hate for darker skin or darker melanin people? You know what I'm saying?
Well, again,
based on white supremacy.
See, that too, and that's the thing I'm saying. That's why it hit a lot of people. It's like, damn, okay, wait a minute, because, and I'm not, even people that are like Eritrean or like Ethiopian, some of them be like, they be like, I'm not black. I'm like, damn, like, bro, it ain't that deep. Like, it's just like when you say something that's not the focus of the conversation, like, all right, bro, like, bro, like how they do us. They be like, wait, not us, you by yourself. Like, what you mean? It's us. Like, we're both black. It's like, it's when you try to focus and separate, that's where it's like, all right, bro, wait a minute, bro. Like, what are you trying to say real quick? And that's when it comes off kind of offensive. It's like, are we under you? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm gonna say. But
So let me ask you this. Would it make any difference if she said African instead of color?
Oh,
It would have.
it probably
it would make a bit different. Yeah, because when you say African, it's like, okay, we're African Americans, right? It's like, okay, I'm used to that term. This is like a home term. But when you say it like that, it's like, wait a minute, like, why are you fixing? Wait, I'm not this, but I'm that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, bro. It's like, all right, explain that. And again, nobody was really that pissed off. We always like, wait a minute, we're gonna check mark this one part. Mm-hmm. So when you get to the interview part, and this is the biggest platform of urban hip hop. That was a perfect time. Hey, you know what, y'all? And you trying to sell music? Hey, listen, I ain't mean it like that.
Yep.
This is what I meant to say. I meant this where I'm from, mean like this.
Yeah, from where I'm from.
When you leave like,
yep.
And you know what somebody said in the comments that kind of had me like kind of irritated? Somebody said, well, she had already explained it too many times, so maybe that she got irritated. Let me explain.
Wait, what?
Somebody said that she might have had already explained it too many times, so she got tired. Let me tell you something. When you are a rapper, an actor, you have media days where you go through a bunch of interviews for a whole bunch of different networks. You can't assume because you said it on iHeartRadio
that you're not gonna say on that.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not listening to you can't assume that. You should have said it on that one.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, Tyler,
Yeah.
that's probably where your PR team probably would have got you.
I don't think it was her PR team. I think she's just a young girl still, and people expect her to be this adult. And she was just like, "Fuck! Like, what do I do?" I mean, she should have studied the Breakfast Club and known that stuff doesn't fly in the Breakfast Club. Like, you can't turn around. It's part of the American culture. Like, you got to learn that. But like, I think she's very young, so she's just like.
I'll say I gotta push back on
Go,
that.
yeah, go
The PR team should have known. Charlamagne's probably gonna ask some sideways question, especially because she already had a situation that happened. You already know damn well Charlamagne's gonna ask that already.
Yeah.
This is why Breakfast Club is a Breakfast Club, and her PR team did not prepare her for that. Whether she was a little girl, okay, cool, you're immature, whatever. You have a brand and an image that you have to uphold and you have to protect. And the PR team, that's what your main job is to protect your public, your public image, your public relations. That's the importance of doing that. So the fact that they didn't know that Charlamagne was gonna ask probably that very question was the whole reason why this all started.
Can I say something, dog? And this, I'm glad I said this young, dog. And then Flange, we get into it.
Go. No, you're good.
This is what I think, because now we're cooking.
Yeah.
This is the part I don't like, right? When we say she's young, right? I said this on one of the clips I posted. Tyla, to me, comes out very. Even though they say that she's young, the way that they're trying to make her seem, like Ariana, where she seems more grown and more mature.
Right.
The things that she said about. The guys buying her like Birkin bags, all this stuff. All this at 24. Why is it when it comes to, I notice with Gen Z, it's always one or two things when they use that excuse.
Okay.
They either say, I'm part of Gen Z to say how young they are, or when they make a mistake. Oh, she's too young, she doesn't understand that.
True,
I don't want to hear that because the way you be acting off of this camera, you act like you grown in the motherfucker. So I don't want to hear that Gen Z thing. And honestly, bro, I don't know who the PR person was or the manager. I don't know their race. I don't know if they was white, black. It don't matter. If it's me and I'm from somewhere and then I'm going to rep that, bro, hey, I got this.
Right.
So what I mean is, you looking right back. What do you? It's crazy.
You know why she did that?
Why?
Because here's the thing. One thing you gotta understand when it comes to these celebrities and the popular people, right?
Yeah.
When you under management, certain things you cannot say. So it's kind of like they control you at some point. And then because she's young too, it's more like, should I say this? Or she's looking like, you know what I mean? And they're like, nah, don't. But that's kind of dumb though. I'm like, bro, you really gonna let?
You should have had a speech ready right before.
And again, it's like, if you say something, you should be able to explain it.
Yeah.
If somebody press you on it, because you said it. So don't tell me you don't know what you said. That makes no sense.
Even
you know what I mean? So she should have answered it, bro. Like, it would be at least a little bit okay, I guess. So people got pissed off because she ignored the question. That's why they got pissed off, man.
I'm gonna say this last
It
one.
was kind of arrogant in a way because she's like, she
What
didn't offer an answer.
like
Your
ignoring that
fans
shit.
want to know, and it's just common decency as like a singer with fans. Like, hey, I didn't mean that. Like, it's just something I'm used to talking about growing up, and it is kind of rooted in anti-blackness, which I'm working on. And like everyone would have been like, cool. Like, and she apologizes.
Yeah, and then I'll say this last thing, and that people would say about about Charlemagne. That's I don't like that Charlemagne. People give Charlemagne a barrier. I know Charlemagne. And one thing about Charlemagne, I like, he asks a question that people really want to know. And Charlemagne don't really let nobody slip. Whenever you say something, he's a real journalist.
Except when it comes to centrist Democrats, he lets him slip
I give you that.
Just a little bit.
Politics, I agree with you, man. I give politics. But people were saying in the comments like, oh, he like set her up. And I'm looking at it like, bro, these are the questions that are not generic. And I felt like, and Charlemagne even said it on his own podcast with
Really?
yeah, he did. He said to Andrew Schultz, he was like, they had a list of things that I couldn't ask. Beforehand, right?
We'll post a clip right here.
Exactly.
That sometimes depending what it is, like if it's something like really personal, really serious, something I know is traumatizing, I'll be like, sure, I'll oblige. For this one, I said no.
Yeah.
And the reason I said no, they had 6 things they didn't want us to ask. You want to know what those 6 things were?
Yeah.
They didn't want us to ask about Kai Cenat. The whole "we friends" though thing. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
They didn't want us to ask about her not being on tour with Chris Brown anymore. They didn't want us to ask about the color thing.
Injury.
They didn't want us to ask about her injury that she sustained. What else was it? They didn't want to ask us about who she was dating, which I wouldn't do anyway. And what was the other one? It was one it was just all frivolous
And
stuff.
why? What are they trying to do? They're trying to protect an image that they're curating for her?
I have no idea. And that's why I said...
Oh, the Rihanna thing, comparing.
Oh, yeah. And comparison. And it wasn't even Rihanna. It just said comparisons to other pop artists. Huh?
Oh, yeah, my fault. So there was already a list of things that he couldn't ask. It was something about, don't ask about her being compared to like Rihanna, all this other stuff. If you forgot to put that on the list, what you want me to do on the spot? Nigga, I read your whole list and again, you felt the ask that I got you. So that's why I'm looking at it like, bruh, you can't fault Charlemagne and say that he set her up, bro. Like, what are we doing? Like, he's a journalist.
You
can't
got to set up anyway.
Huh? No, because they're saying that like, well, you asked her a question that you knew that she wouldn't want to ask. Like, he asked a real, and you know what's funny? The biggest thing was he asked for clarification. All he said is, what did you mean by that? That was your chance.
She had,
That was your chance.
she had the perfect opportunity to be like,
explain.
this is what I meant.
Yes.
Boom. And then she would have been probably next Rihanna.
Right, literally.
There you go. That's what I've been saying because the fans were listening too. They're like, man, okay, she gonna lay us down like that.
So
I was watching a TikTok and the lady was saying when you lose
It's stressful.
no she was
Go,
saying
go.
like she was talking about this
you.
and she's like when you lose black people in America, you basically lose the market because we determine what's cool.
yeah, I mean,
And I was like, true.
no, don't even. I'm gonna give credit where it's at now to even just go deeper. Like, Afrobeat is definitely making. Afrobeat is here. Chris Brown, Wizkid, all these guys is killing it.
Mm-hmm.
Thames, T.L. Savage, all them, Ashaki, all these guys, they on their thing. That's why I was saying in the comments, like, there really ain't no beef. I don't know why is everybody making it seem like Africa versus America? It ain't like that. But I'm just like, nah, like, I think we work well together. You see Chris Brown going to freaking Nigeria, Megan Thee Stallion, Future, they'll go over, like, where the love is getting spread.
Yeah, because they're smart. Smart artists do that.
They smart.
Yeah.
So, and you know what's so funny? I didn't even know when she dropped Water, I thought she was already a household name. I didn't know that she was fighting to get fans like that. I thought she was good already.
I think the and this is a question too. Like, do you think maybe the TikTok dance hype overpowered the actual, like, I wouldn't say quality, but like the art itself?
I like that. Johnny, that's a good question. Shake my hand. That was a good question. No, I remember because Johnny said
That's
something
cool,
real.
though. That's a good question.
Somebody did say that before. Somebody said, y'all got to stop letting these TikTok numbers fool y'all. There was an artist named Steve Lacy.
Oh,
He had a song called I Wish I Knew.
I know you're talking.
He went to his concert,
Keep
right?
singing it, man.
It's something about I wish I knew, I wish I
going.
knew.
I wish I knew you were the one.
Yeah, whatever.
I wish I knew.
He would go to the concerts and he noticed people don't know nothing past the TikTok song part.
I'm not even gonna lie.
So he was getting mad. Yeah.
During the pop-up. It was a pop-up.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know the lyrics.
So pretty much they were saying that. So pretty much people were saying that Water was such a big hit because of the TikTok dance, but no one really, like, after that, she never had a song that hit like Water again. Like that song, Push the Star. I like that song.
Oh,
That's the one with Sean
Push
Paul,
Star.
right?
I actually like the
No, she had
remix.
one. Is that the one?
I like the remix with Sean Paul.
Okay,
That's the one.
Yeah.
I like Push the
Apparently,
Star.
that's the one, right?
I like it.
I like
but-
that song, bro.
But Flange, to what you said, I do feel that, like, I feel like when people get a hit, it could be rap anything. When you get that little TikTok, that little slot, that little 15-second part in your song, that hit, people don't really know your real. It make you look bigger than what you really are. You be like, damn, you really ain't that big.
Well, no,
You
for
walk- you
some
walk into
artists,
the
they
water.
get discovered like that, and then if you're actually good, like Tyla dances a lot, so a lot of her music translates into TikTok because of the dances. But I feel like that makes her music more popular, if anything.
Let me ask the consensus, the council here. Would you call Tyla a one-hit wonder?
Nah, hell no. What? Nah, she ain't there. Nah. I see brightness in her future. I think this is even with that situation, she can bounce back, I think.
She got like three bangers. She got like 3 bangers.
She got it, bro. Listen,
She got like 3 bangers.
Johnny, she got
I think as long as she keeps dancing, she's gonna be good.
She gonna get more
she got it.
TikToks.
She got it.
Deadass. Like,
Look it.
she dances really good, and like her music matches the flow, and it's like just keep doing that. Eventually,
she's
people
a
are
great
gonna.
singer, though.
People are gonna.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think her music is like top. Like I don't listen to it that much, but like I like the videos and the whole aesthetic overall. Like that's
You
what.
and the aesthetics.
But maybe I'm wrong.
So let me ask y'all this. So now let's get outside just the color part, all that stuff. Let's get into just as a fan. What do y'all feel like her dropping an EP with 4 songs? Are you surprised that she only sold 4,000? And then I think I heard 2 of the songs was already out. So you're really buying a CD, not a CD, but you're really buying an album with 4 songs. I felt like I don't think nobody would really pay that much for that. Like, I'm not surprised that she only sold 4,000. Like, bro, if you're gonna give me an album, got 18 tracks, maybe I'll buy it.
Yeah.
A lot of these artists now, bro, I noticed like Drake sometimes did that too. Drake might give you something with like 6 songs, 5 songs. That's an insult to us, bro.
Do they count the iTunes? Like if you buy an album on Spotify or iTunes, or
Yeah,
Like
like,
streams or
Yeah. There's a
if
conversion
if we're
rate.
talking just albums, I'm like, duh, who's buying CDs? But if we're talking like albums bought on like streaming apps, then I'm like, that's weird because like, yeah, that's fucked up.
No, I think
But
there's a conversion
I
of
don't know.
like certain amount of streams count for like bought album. There's
Album sales?
something like that. Yeah, album sales
if
like
it's
that.
just purely albums, yeah, I mean, kind of, I would say like, who buys albums now?
Well, didn't she get like certain? I'll look it up when I
Why
put it
CD?
posted right here. But didn't she get like a certain like recognition for most streamed or something like
I
that?
think she won a was
She
it
won
a
a Grammy,
Grammy
she
or
won a
something?
Grammy.
A Grammy, bro.
But
Grammy,
again,
yeah.
but when you think about it in that standpoint, like, so you won a Grammy,
Mm-hmm.
and you just
should
end up
sell.
selling. What in the world is
Yeah.
you doing?
I
You know what I
know.
mean? Like,
That's wild.
I know, bro.
you can't win and then just be out here not even selling. Like, no, come on, man.
I know,
But
bro.
again, it happens, bro.
So-
It
But
happens.
maybe her
you can't
streaming
control.
is gonna take off, and then we're gonna end up finding out, oh, she actually made millions and millions of dollars because they're streaming.
Yeah,
Like-
we gonna see. Listen, she got her success outside the U.S. I think she just needs to just revisit this U.S. thing in like a year. And
Try again.
I don't know.
Yeah,
try
she
again.
needs to like be more like learn a little bit more
Or do
And-
more collabs.
about how it works.
Yeah. And again, like I said,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
yeah. We Americans. I mean, she can.
she bounced back, bro. Right
Like
now,
with
she
who?
just hit a hump.
Collab
She just
with
hit a-
who?
Ooh.
Oh, good. Who?
I would
I think her and
say-
Drake. I think her and Drake would have
She
a
could
good one.
go with Chris Brown. She could.
SZA.
Come on.
SZA and her would be good.
That
That's
would be good too.
That's
Yeah,
a good one.
That's a
SZA.
that would
good
be
one.
a good one too.
SZA and her.
She comes. Rihanna comes back from retirement. She doesn't know Rihanna.
Tyla.
You
One
know-
song. Maybe just one song.
Nah.
Maybe just one
I don't
song.
think so.
I think she's. I'm not saying to be funny. Do you think if she gets into the like baddie Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B thing?
That's not her style.
Yeah,
That's not her
she said-
style,
That's
bro.
not
That's not her
her.
style.
But she said that she's experimenting right now. So that's what I'm like.
Hold
she's
on. What is that?
She's
mean?
gonna start about talking about wet ass pussy and stuff.
No,
please,
bro.
God,
No,
please, God,
no.
Go ahead, Johnny Doc. Go ahead, Jay.
But no, just because we got the Africans here and then Americans, me and Danielle here.
Yeah.
So I these are more questions more for curiosity and knowledge,
Yeah.
to get knowledge and just to bridge the gap for the Cold War between African Americans and Africans.
Yeah.
So the first question I got, and these are questions I just came up with. So how does the African immigrant experience in America differ from the African American experience?
That's you.
That's a good question. Now I'm gonna give you a story on this one. I think it will be way better.
Let's hear it.
Because I remember, I used to work at this one place, right? And all my coworkers were African Americans. And every time I try to talk to them or do something, they would tell me, "You African. You're not African American."
Dang.
One time, bro, I'm trying to feed in right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo,
I'm trying to assimilate.
like, here's the thing.
That's gonna be a clip. That's gonna be a clip.
No, bro.
That's sad.
Yeah, because the thing is,
Yeah, go ahead.
everybody knows I'm African, of course.
Yeah.
But for you to bring it up, I'm like, bro, come on, man.
You don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't do that to like Asians or like,
Yo, like-
other Hispanic people or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
white
yeah.
people or anything.
Bro, you don't be like you Salvadorian, like
Bro,
not-
I swear they would be like, no, you African, you're not African American. And I look my skin, I look at them, like, bro, come
What
on,
did
man.
you say? Did you say the N word?
No, I didn't say none of that. I mean, but I do say N-word every time. You know what I mean?
I was watching this video, like African versus African American, and the African American was like, I don't like when Africans say the N word.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I never got that before. Like,
learn something new every day.
that was my next question. It was like a funny question, but I was like, Hatun, for you. I was like, and Danya, I was like, how do you guys feel about like African Americans using the N word versus Africans using the N word? Like, how do you guys feel about each other using the N word?
there's no difference.
Yeah, I never seen it. Like I never saw like
I never
that.
said-
Like,
Why? Why is there no difference?
Huh?
Why?
Because I mean, I'm gonna talk on my point of view. I'm not gonna talk for everybody.
yeah.
But to me, I see you black, man. We all black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if you're gonna use the N word on me and you black, man, I'm chilling.
No, but not the
I'm
harsh
chilling.
one. The nice one.
No,
Yeah.
the next one, of course, like as homies,
And
as we
IDGA,
chatting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We do that every time, bro. Even as Africans on Africans, we use that N word every time, and nobody gets mad about it.
That's
Because
hilarious.
You know,
the lady was saying, because at the end of the day, society perceives you the same, and you get treated the same and stuff like so.
And that my fault, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
No, and then that's what I'm saying. So that's why we're going back to comments. I'm like, bro, where is this tension coming from? Like, I thought it was all one, and I don't know. So that's where again I'm saying I don't know. Obviously, this tension, like Johnny said, maybe I noticed it, but I didn't know it was like that bad. It's like, damn, y'all really don't want to be called black, and
Man, you cannot win, bro. When it comes to internet, it don't matter how right you are.
Oh, the internet,
you always gonna find somebody who's gonna say something.
They're like, I don't like it.
You can't. Yeah, you really can't win. So if you want everybody to be perfect on social media, I'm sorry, bro.
I was just like, God damn, I ain't know, but yeah, my fault, Johnny. Go ahead.
No,
bro.
you're good. So, do you guys think that's like and maybe just because like immigration, all of us here, family or us, immigrated here at some point. So, do you feel like there's a generational gap between how Africans and Black Americans see each other?
I think there is. I think it comes. I mean, culture we different. Of course, Americans, they have their own. We got our own culture over there, and it's way different from here. So when you see it like that, even sometimes people from Africa, when they come here, you always gonna get somebody tell you, hey, African Americans are this and that. And that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's always gonna be that. Which even I myself, somebody told me, oh, they this, and I'm not gonna say exactly. I'm just
Like
I got fans.
Are you
know what I'm
talking about
saying?
stereotypes? Like,
Yeah, stuff like that. So they would tell you how African Americans act and stuff like that. And when you look at it, sometimes there's a huge difference on the way we move, bro.
Bro, you just said something real quick. And
Yo, like the way Africans and African American moves is different, bro.
So why do Africans clown Black Americans for not knowing their African culture?
Ooh, I'm glad you said that.
Ooh, hold up.
Yeah, he's.
Man, I mean, I never done that, but
But I mean, not you, but I hear it sometimes, like where I have friends and like where they're like, bro, like I'll be a perfect example. A long time ago in high school, I have a friend named Kevion, right? And he's like, I can't even tell you the religion is like tribal religion, right? And he went to like one of those, where they all congregate and everybody, and he meets new people and all that. And he was telling me, he's like, bro, he's like, I can't get along with these people and all this stuff. I was like, that's your people, dog. Like, what do you mean you can't get along with you? Like, for me, it's like, if I went back to my homeland, it's like, yeah, I know I'm an outsider. I know I'm Americanized and everything, and I realize that. But there's not a like a man like hate thing. There's like jokes that are gonna be cracked, but like at the end of the day, they're welcome you to like, oh, welcome home kind of thing. You know what I mean? And I feel like there's like a tension between like, man, these guys don't know the culture. Like, how a shame. Like how could you not know the culture? Like how could you not know your ancestry? And remember we talked about that.
I was about to say
I can see that.
No, I was about
I
to
can
say
see
that. So
that.
it's the same thing that I was just telling Jay last time. I got a clip too if you need.
Yeah, we'll clip it.
I was saying that like, bruh, you can't fault somebody that's just born in America, somebody born in Chicago. Yeah. Their parents don't even know they hit, like nothing cultural background. And you just like, bro, you don't know nothing. Bro, he know that he's African because he's black. He know that he came from Africa somehow. But if your parents don't even know where the hell they came from, you can't get mad at somebody for that or like fault somebody. That's what I said.
Especially when all the records were erased and, during 5 generations back, you can't even find. And also, I think it's the opposite. I think it's because how they were treating DDA is because he didn't assimilate to American culture too. There's the opposite applies too. Like they're like you're not black enough. Basically, you're African. You're not African American. It's like it's the opposite. I think that goes both ways.
And it's also because when you think about it, most Americans do not travel, man.
Yeah.
Like they don't be traveling, bro. Like the best thing to do is just travel to Africa and see what's going on over there,
Can I ask you a truthful question?
Yeah.
And like, just like, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I really need to know, like, do you see Black Americans or just, I just say Black Americans, do you see them a little bit closed-minded?
I would say, when it comes to like,
because you said travel, they don't travel.
Yeah, exactly. They're closed-minded because they don't know what Africans really go through over there. You know what I mean? That's why they don't know the culture.
But can they say that wouldn't they say the vice versa? Like you guys don't know what they went through here.
Yeah. It is the same thing until you get to that place. Then you get to understand. Oh, okay. And sometimes they watch this. One thing I noticed is, especially when I first got to United States, right? People used to be like, "Oh, so you guys, live with lions?"
I have a question about
bro, I'm not even gonna. They're like, so
funny,
you
bro.
used to work naked. So I'm hitting all these, and I'm
like, do you guys need water? Or like, yeah,
and I'm like, damn. So you guys been watching a lot of movies and all that stuff. They seen it in the movies, so they think the whole Africa that's how it is. So I got here and they started saying that, bro. I used to be like, come on, bro.
They're stereotyping you guys.
I will give Africans this credit though, because even coming up, like I do remember growing up, even like Eddie Murphy. I remember watching old stuff like from the like 80s and stuff. Eddie Murphy, they used to always make jokes about Africans and like kind of just like how you said, living with like lines and all this stuff and like accent. So I will give Africans that where it was like I could see where we could be bullies to them too a little bit.
Because you're making fun of them all the time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I think maybe they got defensive. But then to go back to your other question about the newer generation, that's why I was like, maybe I'm lost because I always thought that's just how life was. Like Michael Blackson. He's a funny guy. He's a hilarious guy. So I don't know, bro. It's I will say sometimes we can also be mean too. So but like y'all both said, we just don't know. Most of us got to travel a little bit, bro. You can't be sitting here. And something I'll say, I know there's like Black Americans, because you said that they're like close-minded. Yeah. I know there's Black Americans are always a lot more comfortable traveling to like the Caribbean. Yeah. And as far as Haiti, freaking Bahamas, Jamaica, and stuff. And I know that they're always more open, rather it's like through food. I was wondering why is it not like that for Africa? Like
I know not that many really travel over there, bro.
Until Afrobeat really picked up recently, that's when I started about.
Now they want to go to Nigeria.
Are you saying like Africans don't travel?
No, I'm saying as in like up until recently, until Afrobeat really started hitting, that's when I started hearing a lot more Americans being like, "Yo, like I like fufu, jollof rice." When did y'all start talking about that?
When did you find out? Yeah,
even back in Florida, bro. Like we had Africans, but it's like. Just like you said, back in high school, they were trying to fit in. Yeah. But they were used to roast them. But after like 2 years, when they finally got Americanized, that was cool. Yeah.
And it's also because they get friends with Africans, of course. And then you get to learn the culture, how we cook at home and stuff. So, if I invite you at home and you see how we make fufu and stuff like that, and you American, you go, oh, okay, I want some more food.
You want to know what's funny? This was a little bit when I used to go to the babysitters. It was a bunch of Mexicans. So
the where center?
The babysitters.
The babysitters. Okay.
Yeah, and it was in like La Puente, like in the. It was not like the hood. It was low income. Some of like the little scrawnier Mexicans would get bullied. I got bullied a little bit, and then it was until the Salvadorians moved down in the corner the apartment complex. They were the new like. We all ganged up on them. Yeah. So I was just like, when you guys said that, it reminded me of that. So, just like on the serious note, going to the serious tip. So, who do you think carries more responsibility bridging the gap? African Americans or African?
Let me go this one. Actually, man, you go first because you didn't really say much on this topic.
I'll read it again. So, who do you think carries more responsibility for bridging the gap? African Americans or African Americans?
Well, I think African Americans, because Africans are just coming in here and they're trying, like he said, he was trying to assimilate. He's trying to fit in,
man.
and they're
Damn.
just trying to make a better life for themselves. And they're just another, like. But at the end of the day, you have to acknowledge that you're all black and like you are perceived the similar way in society, and like you should all have camaraderie and like try to fight towards liberation together rather than to be divided like they want you to be at the end of the day. So it's like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm going I kind of agree. It's a 50-50 thing. I will say when Africans do come here, they do got a lot harder. And obviously the way that they're taught, they probably, just like any other culture, their parents probably, hey, these are how, and remember, they're not speaking for all Americans, bro. They're speaking in generalizations where they just see all of the bad. I do think Africans need to be, even the parents, they should be a little bit more open-minded where it's like, everybody's not like that. But I do think, as you said, Black Americans, whatever. Yeah, you should be more welcoming. I would tell you this, though. As much as that they was making fun of him, if they saw him getting bullied by some freaking white dudes, I guarantee you that them Black Americans, that they would stand for him. They're going to stand up for him. And that's what I'm saying is that's why when I say the whole, there shouldn't be a divide. Yeah, we make joke on each other.
Yeah.
But when it get down to the nitty and gritty,
we will come.
We here just like you Mexican, bro. Like, I'm sure you go up to LA, somebody do something dirty to you. Hey, nah, we ain't gonna take that.
Oh no,
I'll deal with you later,
bro. When the LA ice things, like we were, I was gonna say we were all Mexican, but then all the Salvadorians and Hondurans, but we were all Latinos at that day. It wasn't about Mexican, Honduras, all Salvadorian. It was just like we're Latinos united. We're all under some sort of oppression, and we got to fight together. There's a lot of conflict within Mexican culture and Salvadorian, like the Latino culture too. That I realize you guys have it, and then we have it too. That for example, if like a Salvadorian, if you call them like, oh, you guys are Mexican, they hate being called that, bro. Like, but I rightfully so, because like coming to America, like I'm Mexican, so I didn't really understand that. But hearing just like, oh, they just group us all together. Like everyone south of the border is Mexican or considered Mexican.
You see what you said, dog? And I know that we keep beating a dead horse. That's why Black Americans feel away, because when we feel like we're gonna be united when it gets thick and thin, and then you go say something like, "Oh well, I ain't black, I'm this." You like, damn. You like, wait, what? Yeah, you like, I thought it was like all together.
That broke my heart.
When they said that, you like, I thought, bro, that was all together. Okay, now
when they said that, they broke my heart.
And that's what I'm saying is, it is important to know where you come from.
What about the fact that African Americans have been through slavery? Like their ancestors have been through slavery.
Know what? I'm
glad you touched that.
So that's why maybe they feel kind of like
they
you
feel some
didn't
kind
go
of way.
through that. And
so
that we didn't go through it. That's why.
That's how
you didn't go through it.
And I think that's, again, going back to that term colored. I know it's a term, but I would say, but obviously I didn't go slavery, but that trauma on that word, when it was segregation, bruh, is like colored. Like, wait a minute, this ain't 1942, whatever.
Yeah, like Tyla learned, so like it's not that hard. Like, just Google it or something. Like, don't say that shit.
And that's when I felt like for a little bit, I understand. And this is the thing I would say. A lot of stuff in the comments I was seeing, Johnny, people were like, Americans, you guys think that the like world revolve around you. It's like, no, wait. You can't come into America thinking like we got to bend the rules just for Africa. We'll meet y'all in the middle too, but hold on, y'all better understand the history on this thing.
So Hatun, I like what you said. I'm gonna take what you said and ask Hatun. So Hatun, like in your experience, this is a real question, bro. So you don't have to answer it, but this is a real question because I've experienced this. I'm sure Danielle experienced it, but how is your experience and your relationship with law enforcement? Like, have you ever gotten pulled over for no reason? Because I've gotten pulled over just for being the color of my skin. And like, I'm telling you, bro, I never do anything wrong. Like, I don't have a record or anything. My homie literally was walking down the street and there was an investigation, and he lives in that street, bro. He was walking his dog, lives in that street. He was walking by looking. He met eyes with the cop. They put him in the back of the cop car because they think he has something to do with it. Profiled, yeah. Because he's a little bit darker skinned than me. He's Mexican, but he's darker skinned than me. So how's your experience with, just law enforcement or just the system, quote unquote, in general?
Well, I mean, I'm lucky, man, because I don't be making a lot of I don't be making a lot of troubles, man. You know what I mean? So the thing is, of course, I got pulled over a couple of times, but it was, just maybe my headlights off or something, or my brake lights not working.
And they treated you good for the most part?
Of course. I mean, they would, we would just have a conversation. I'm like,
Jeez.
yeah, man. Oh, you know what?
We got a lucky experience, bro.
It doesn't. Yeah. So I never really
Tell you that.
get into, you know, like
Conflict.
some kind of tension with the police. Like, oh, why you pull me over? Blah blah blah, stuff like that. No, because you know why I do that? Because I trust myself. I know I ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
So if they come me and search the whole damn car, I'm not even gonna be mad. I'm right. I'm gonna step outside and be like, man, go ahead, dig in. Make sure you pull my sheet back though. No, like, so I never really get an experience like that.
Let me ask you a question. Being African, when you see, obviously Mexican too, but you know, a lot of times you see Black Americans like they resist arrest, where it's like they try to be lawful. Like, you know, like I know my rights as an African growing up. Did you feel like our parents saw that like, man, like that's so stupid. Like, why not just conform to what the law is saying? Like, do you feel like, as again, no shade, but do you feel like that gives Black Americans a bad name, where it's like you're always trying to fight the police?
Yeah, it does. It does, because now police, every time they approach a Black person in a car, they always have some kind of tension already.
Yeah.
They know they're gonna react.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad. And I mean, I don't understand it, man. Like, if they pull you over and you know you ain't got nothing on you, man, I'll stay, bro. We're not gonna argue, man.
Yeah.
Unless if he comes off for crazy, like, yo, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't got nothing, you know what I mean? But if he, you know, because usually they have a conversation, they'll be like, yo, you know, the reason why we stop you is because just don't argue, bro. Like, let them do what they do. If he's trying to get physical and you didn't do nothing, then that's a problem.
Yeah.
And he's not gonna do that. He's not gonna react like that if there's no issue there. You know what I mean? So yeah, of course.
What about all the cases where they just shoot innocent Black guys, innocent Black men, and like kids and stuff, like
they just shoot for no reason,
and they claim no reason, and they kill him, and like
kind of like the George Floyd stuff.
Or the Philo Castro guy, the Phil Castro guy, not Castro, the guy that got shot in the car next to his wife and his baby.
Put a list right here of all of them.
Pretty much, he's saying that there are situations where it just seems like police are they're just reckless. Like, there's no, if you conform, if something happens no matter what.
I think because you live in a nice area.
Who, me?
Most rich area, like San Diego, right?
I was about to say.
Wait. When did you come to America?
When did I come here?
Like, how old are you?
I was 14. I was 14 years old.
Like, crazy enough, bro.
And that was back in 2008.
But like, my experience with the law enforcement, I had to deal with that before 14, bro. Yeah. And not that, and I'm never the type, and you can ask Daniel and my Iman, like, I'm never the type to like first to fight. I'm always the one to talk, especially with law enforcement. I don't got a gun, they got a gun, bro. Like, I'm not gonna
of course you're not gonna try to fight.
But like, I've still been in situations, even though I conformed, even though I'm like, hey, here's my license, here's my registration, where I've been pulled over. I've had guns in my face, even with my dad, bro. Like, my dad looks a little bit more like, you know, but he's but like, he's like the most straightest guy ever, bro. But like, I've been in situations, bro, it's just like questionable. I'm just like, oh, pull guns first and then ask questions, like, kind of stuff. You know, like how about you get my license and you find out, like, it's crazy, bro. So sometimes and this is what I can speak for, and I speak for like for I can't speak for Mexicans, but like, sometimes that people that are not even Africa, that come from a different country, they come here and they're all like, oh, why are you guys tripping? I was like, bro, because you haven't lived that experience. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what we go through. You don't know the systematic oppression that is in place that we have to deal with every day. You can go to another country and be okay and go back home and be fine, but we don't have a place to go out back home somewhere. We're stuck here because we can't afford to go back.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you gotta understand too. There's some bad cops, bro. Yeah, not everybody's so good, you know what I mean? So there's ones that actually do that.
Yep.
For no reason. Like, bro, really? Who hired you, man? let me fire this person real quick. Like,
yeah, there's a lot of cops, like, what was the statistic? A bunch of them are, at the end of the day, white supremacists. And like, what I said about nice areas, I didn't mean that. I take that back. I meant, like, you're right. At some areas, there isn't as much, like, police, like, running around and, like, stuff like that. But also, there's a lot of bad cops in this country. A lot of them. So.
So I got one more question because it got all serious, and then we can end it on this. So, what's one thing, like, obviously Black Americans and African Americans, that you guys actually admire about each other?
That's like, a Danielle and Didier question.
Come on.
No, but you're African too. Yeah.
I see why you say that.
I can speak for, okay, just full disclosure. Maybe you guys can feed off of this. Like, full disclosure, like, this is my wife here, and she's African, I'm Mexican, and to be even introduced to even a little touch of like just not North African culture, but just African culture in general. It's beautiful to know that there's something that exists that's not American, white. It's not Latino, Mexican, or Honduras or whatever. But there's more out there like African, and the African culture that I've learned through the Afrobeat movement, global therapy, all that Afro Panda, yeah, all them like. The culture is so beautiful from like music, art, food, all the way through. So it's a beautiful culture on its own. That's like you guys cultivate and be able to spread, and it's used to spread love. There's no hate in it, So that to be as American, to learn a Mexican American, to learn the African culture through North African culture, it was beautiful. So that's one thing I admire is that the art, the fashion, and the food that comes from opposite side of the globe.
Oh, that's always
diversity in cultures.
Yeah. Oh, it don't matter for me. African and Haitian days. I like tradition. Like Mexican, like when you got a tradition, bro, that you welcome people into. Like Africans to me always be inviting people to come in.
Yeah, always, bro.
No matter what color you is, boy. So I feel like, and then people come in there, they respect it, they open minded about it. I like that about them. Like, bro, even us when we be going out to these little parties, bro, I ain't never seen turn nobody away. Or I never see them make nobody feel off.
Ever.
Now I will say sometimes you go to the club, even as American, boy, if you're not part of our crew, you ain't part of our crew.
Yeah, bro. The club.
No new friends. So,
no new friends at all.
Any culture, Jamaica, all them, bro.
Yeah.
You got tradition, I like it, bro. As long as you welcome me.
I like one thing I love about Africans is they're very...
You African.
I know, that's why I'm saying this.
One thing I love about myself. Go ahead.
Go.
You African? No, all Africans, not just
okay,
Africans.
I get you.
But we're very down to earth and open-minded and like accepting of people and like I love that about us. And all of Africa is extremely diverse,
Yes.
And that's cool too.
I was going to ask you something, but after you finish, what's something that you like about the American side of the
culture? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't put me on blast.
No, I got to.
Give me a tissue. I might cry a little bit. No, but here's the thing. I admire the fact that we all black.
Yeah.
So I can comfortably just be around them. When it comes to like events or gathering anywhere. And of course, I also admire the fact that I can also learn a little bit about American. Like the history.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know nothing about slavery until I came here. No.
Are you serious?
No, really, I didn't know.
Wow.
Then I got here and then they start talking about slavery and how it happened.
You didn't know about slavery?
Back home, come on.
That's crazy.
We barely had no technology. Like, there's no way to find out what the hell is going on around the world. All you know is what you out there.
They teach you.
That's how I grew up.
So y'all Wakanda for real. Damn.
So every time I tell you I'm from, Wakanda, just know it's true. You know what I'm saying? So, like, again, bro, my whole life, what I knew was there. Until of course, we watched a few movies and then we had a different perspective about United States. Like, wow, they living a life over there. You know what I'm saying? Now that I got here, I'm like, damn. It's not what I thought.
We broke out here, bro.
So let me.
We barely
it's more work than you
gotta
thought.
work. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's pretty much.
So this is really the last question.
Let's go.
With what you just said, I'm glad you said that way. You said your last one that you didn't know about. You barely had technology, just like that. With the way I've seen Africa, like Nigeria look fire, looks dope. Ghana looks like Miami sometimes. Do you feel like, and this is something that I saw the last thing I saw in the comments, do you feel like that America is having at some point when it comes to like the women and stuff like that, and the guys, you think there's having a negative impact on them as far as the mentalities of like, Gucci bag this, Birkin bag that, he had to make this much money. Where back then it seemed more like traditional, good men, we have a family together. Do you feel like now it's starting to become more, it's like, okay, it's just like, how not all these girls, but how most women now are talking about, a man gotta do this for me. Yeah. So do you feel like that the America is kind of influencing Africa in that way?
So I always say this, right? Everywhere that they have technology now, they have been affected as well.
But because they have access from,
social media. they see what's going on.
Yeah.
They see how Americans are pushing all these, like, hey, he gotta be, and now over there, like, damn.
It's like, yeah.
I've been blind. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do the same thing. You know, I must. They gotta have these and that. You know, it's all Americanized now, bro. Everywhere that there's technology, they all got Americanized.
But why is
because
that?
They see,
yeah,
and they follow. You know what I mean? Like everybody wanna be like, oh, I wanna have what she had.
I got you.
You know, that's how social media is kind of, you know, negatively affecting people because they see, oh wow, this is. You know, okay, they have a good relationship. I want to have that. They don't know what goes behind the closed door, bro. And you can't change people, you know, mindset and show them, hey, that's not how it really is. They just fall for what they see. And so, like I said, it's not America itself. It's pretty much what they're seeing, man, on social media, bro. Social media plays a huge part now, bro.
Oh, that's so bad, bro.
Yeah.
All right, dog. Well, Hatu, appreciate you coming back. Second time.
Sir.
Man, you know what I'm saying? I've been waiting for these, bro.
Yeah.
Next time, if you say, let's do it, we going to do it right away. I'm not waiting for you. I'm going to keep blowing your notifications.
Well, maybe we'll pull you back for the dating topic.
Oh, no, we need him back. We need him back.
Dating out, man.
Miss Iman, thank you for coming in the pod and giving your, your take as well. Your 2 cents. We appreciate it. And thank you for everyone that are tuning in to the Real Ass Podcast. Thank you for getting us to 700, almost to 700, and we're on the road to 1,000. If you're not subscribed, that is pretty effed up. Make sure you check us out on TikTok, Instagram, on YouTube. Mr. Daniel, anything you guys want to tell the people at home?
No, just peace.
Damn, we almost on 1,000. What? Hold on.